Ukraine-Russia war latest. Russia to develop military response to US move. Warnings over Trump's NATO plans. Russia has said it will develop a response to the US deploying missiles in Germany. It comes as warnings are issued over Donald Trump's plans for NATO if he is elected. Follow live updates from the NATO summit throughout the evening on Sky News. Norway will give £1 billion, £72.2 million, to boost Ukraine's air defences, Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Stoere said today. It follows the promise Norway gave yesterday that it would provide Ukraine with 6 F-16 fighter jets. Stoere spoke at a NATO summit in Washington, where alliance members have promised more aid to Kyiv as it continues to fight Russian invaders. The Ukrainians need more air defense to protect their population from Russian bombs and missiles, Stoere said in a statement. The brutal attacks we have seen this past week show why it is so vital for the Ukrainians to have greater protection from Russian air attacks, he added. Ukraine and Romania have signed a 10-year security agreement. The deal will see Kyiv continue receiving support from Bucharest with the same dynamic as it has since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine began. A key feature of the deal will see the two countries cooperate more on fostering Black Sea region security and promoting a wider NATO presence in the area. Separate sections of the document cover intelligence and counterintelligence, cybersecurity, information security, humanitarian demining, sanctions, and the recovery and reconstruction of Ukraine. The agreement also includes a 24-hour emergency response mechanism in case of renewed Russian aggression against Ukraine or significant escalation. The deal brings the total number of bilateral security agreements signed by Kyiv to 23. A Russian plot to kill the CEO of a German arms manufacturer has reportedly been foiled by the US and Germany. According to a report from CNN, which cites 5 US and Western officials familiar with the incident, Russia was planning to kill Rheinmetall CEO Armin Papaver. The plot was one of a series of Russian plans to assassinate defense industry executives across Europe who were supporting Ukraine's war effort, the sources said. German security services were able to protect Ms. Papaver and stop the plan after a warning from the US, the report added. A high-level German government source confirmed that Berlin was warned about the plot by the US, according to CNN. Rheinmetall is the largest and most successful German manufacturer of 155mm artillery shells. The shells have become a vital weapon in Ukraine's defense against Russia. Ukraine has signed an agreement with a large US weapons manufacturer to produce ammunition. The country's state-owned defense company, Ukroboronprom, and Northrop Grumman have agreed to create medium-caliber NATO-standard ammunition for Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky signed the deal in Washington at a meeting with the management of top US defense companies. The parties also discussed the prospects of joint defense production, primarily ammunition, air defense systems, guns, armored vehicles and drones, and the repair and maintenance of military equipment, according to a statement from the Ukraine presidency. We are extremely grateful to you for your cooperation and assistance to Ukraine since the beginning of the full-scale war, Mr. Zelensky said at the meeting. You helped us a lot to protect freedom, democracy, our people, our families and children. 5 of the world's 6 largest defense companies were at the meeting, with Mr. Zelensky inviting them to work on the Ukrainian market and cooperate with domestic enterprises. Ukraine has been trying to build up its domestic armaments sector since the war erupted in 2022. It has urged its allies to agree to joint ventures, invest in Ukrainian businesses, and place orders for Ukrainian weapons. Last year, Kyiv agreed with 2 US firms to jointly manufacture vital 155mm artillery shells in Ukraine, but production was not expected to start for at least 2 years. Last month, Ukroboronprom launched a partnership with German defense conglomerate Rheinmetall that saw a workshop established in Ukraine for the repair and production of armored